Hello and welcome to Coffee with Lyman. I'm out and about today, so I thought, well, maybe I'll do a little lunchtime coffee with you today. We'll have a little coffee and a little chat. Now, I've got my coffee cup, you see, and I picked up a nice little sandwich here from the local grocery store. I had to make a stop in there. It's a combination. We got some turkey, a little ham, cheese, tomato, lettuce on white bread. Is it a healthy lunch? No, it's not. I've also got something here, strange thing. Never saw it before, so I thought I'd try it. But it's a package of Tofurkey plant-based original sausage. And what that means is that there's no meat in it. And here's what they look like. Try one of these. I've never had these before. And the taste is pretty good. But it's like the interior is dry. I guess that's the lack of animal fat, I suppose, huh? Well, excuse me for eating with my mouth full, but there's no alternative. Okay, what I'd like to talk about today, on this beautiful day in April, as I sit out here in the parking lot of a grocery store, is that about money, saving money. Now, one of the biggest things about getting old is that you regret you didn't listen to old people when you were young. So I thought I'd make it a bit of my mission today to talk to you a little bit about finances, money. Money is a big deal. When you're young, you're never going to get old. You're going to stay just the way you are. All the people you know who are old, apparently they screwed up and grew old. How did that happen? I don't know. Well, as the years go by, you find out they go by faster and faster. You get pretty wrapped up in life. And all the stupid things you do when you're young, they catch up with you when you get old. Like, say, for example, you smoke cigarettes. Not good. When you get old, bad idea, right? You end up with lung problems, heart trouble, all sorts of things, and you spent a fortune. Same thing with alcohol. Maybe you exercise too much. You wear out the cartilage in your joints. So everything's got a fine line, including money. You know, the best part in here is actually the lettuce. It gives it like a burst of freshness. That's a pretty tasty sandwich. A lot better than the plant-based sausage. So, let me lay out a few rules of thumb that you probably have already heard about money. Now, I'd be much, much further ahead had I adhered to these at a younger age. But being young, I didn't. Now, however, I've caught up and done well for myself, but I could have done much, much better. So, one of the golden rules here is put away 10% of every piece of money you earn, every week, every month, however often you get paid. Put that away with the intentions of never touching it again, unless it's a very rainy day situation. It's life or death, something like that. Maybe you pack some away in one account because you want to buy a house or a car. Maybe you pack some away in another account for retirement. And there are many, many different tools or vehicles, you might want to say, that you can use for saving to get you to your destination of some form of wealth. Now, if you sit down and do the math, about 10% of everything you make, even if it's really a small amount. Maybe you can do 20%, only 5%. But whatever you do, do it. And figure out the interest on it. Try to get high interest. Higher interest is higher risk. But there's also interest that's so low that it's almost silly, like 1% from your local bank savings account. However, it's way better than nothing. Try to get compound interest. That means the interest you earn also draws interest. It compounds itself. So it grows exponentially over the years. Now, another way to save is to buy shares in a company, different companies, to buy stocks. Now, something I learned the hard way was there's no quick and easy way of doing this. What you don't want to do is be cheap. You take a little bit of money, buy cheap stocks, you think you buy them low, they're going to go up, I'll sell them when they're up, and buy some more when they're down, and my money's going to grow and grow. Well, more than likely, it's not. What you got there is you, with a bad business plan, trying to make money off a business that's failing. Two negatives just aren't going to equal a positive. The thing to do with stocks is to buy and hold. Buy with the intentions of holding onto those stocks for at least 5 years. And reassess the situation when that 5-year period comes up over the horizon. And you pick out companies that are really good growth companies, right? Some of these companies you've looked at, go ahead, run a chart on them. Now, I realize you may not be from the United States and you're looking at a different stock market, but for the United States, you can Google this. See how much Amazon stock was worth a year ago, 5 years ago, however many years ago. Same thing with Shopify, Spotify, many different companies. Look them up. Now, I'm talking about hindsight. Of course, I can sit here like I'm some sort of a financial genius and tell you that, of course, had you bought these stocks, you'd have all this money today. Well, anybody can sit and tell you what you should have done, and look how where you'd be now today. The thing is, today, to be able to look at where you'll be in the future. Now, if you think that you're going to be able to study the stocks and find the best companies that are going to grow the best, I can tell you that the odds are very much against you. Very much. My suggestion is you go to a company that deals in finding good, strong companies to invest in and basically do what they're doing, right? Now, one that's very prominent in the forefront of my mind is something called The Motley Fool. Fool.com. It sounds like a silly name, and it is, but those people can give some great advice. You can go free, you can pay $100 or $200 a year for better advice, but it's not that you send them money to put into stocks. They simply run up a number of stocks each month, just a few, and they say, hey, excuse me, hey, these are the best finds we've got, and here's why. Well, you go ahead and look at a stock chart on them, see what you think, because it's difficult to buy stocks during the pandemic now. Because if you look at the chart of an awful lot of these great stocks, you'll find out that they were kind of limping along, not doing real good, not doing real bad. And then came around March of 2020, when the economy was crashing due to the pandemic, everybody out of work, staying home, businesses closing. Well, many of those stocks, like Amazon, Shopify, and many others, mostly tech stocks, they skyrocketed. Zoom, because everybody was staying home and using them so much. Shopping from home because you didn't want to go to the store. Amazon. Not going to a meeting, but still having to talk to people, conduct business, Zoom. So you have to be careful what you're looking at on these. But, like I said, this company I just mentioned, Motley Fool, and there are others out there, they recommend stocks, and they recommend them like why we recommend them. Then you decide what you want to do. You go to a brokerage firm. Maybe you use something like Scott Trade or whatever. That's not what I use, but you pick out one that you like. And what you do is it's essentially like a bank account. You send money to your account, and with that money, you can purchase stocks right there. It's basically a couple clicks on your computer screen, and poof, you own the stocks. And same thing for selling them. Now, when you sell stocks, of course, you're going to pay taxes on that because that is money that is a profit to you. However, those stocks might go up in price quite a lot, double in price, triple in price, whatever. Or maybe they'll go down. But assuming they'll go up, you don't, in the United States, you don't have to pay any taxes on that money. Not until you sell the stocks. Sell the stocks. That's called realized gains. You really got the money. But before you sell the stocks, hey, they're worth this much, but you haven't sold them. So you don't have that money. You got the stock. So there's no taxes there. So you can watch those stocks do whatever they do for many years and not have to pay taxes on them until you sell. If you sell at a loss, well, there's no taxes because you didn't make any money. But this is just some advice that I lay out to people, because when you start out trying to save up your money, it's very complicated, even though people like me try to make it sound uncomplicated. But if you've never done any of this before, it's complicated. And let me point out something else for you too, is if you get advice from someone, excuse me for a second. What a nice, simple lunch. Not bad at all. If you are going to lose weight and you want to follow someone's advice who to lose weight, are you going to find some fat guy and ask him how to lose weight? No. If he's trying to tell you how to lose weight, are you going to take him seriously, or her? No. Because they're not living proof that it works. It's the same thing with money. If you're talking to your friends who don't have much money, don't really know how to handle money, and they're giving you advice on what to do with money, how they would do it if they had some money to do it with, and all that kind of thing, they're not the person to listen to. Now, I'm not no Donald Trump either as far as wealth goes. I'm not even wealthy. I'm just done okay. And I've learned a lot as I got old. But as you get old, you run out of time to make money for you. Make your money make money for you. So anyways, talk to people who actually not only talk the talk, but they walk the talk. Okay, they're living proof of what they're telling you actually works. Don't ask a fat person about the best diet, how to lose fat. Don't ask a poor man how to make money, right? So you want to have someone you can emulate in whatever subject matter you're requesting information on. Well, I'm going to finish up my sandwich here and my coffee and go on my merry way. It was really nice talking to you. If you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, please, down below in the comments, let me know, all right? Let me know how the video was too. Thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. Goodbye for now.